Hi everybody, and thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate your views and your support. It's greatly appreciated. What we had a look at the other day was an introduction to gradient, and we spoke about the gradient equal to the rise over the run. And it was also equal to the change in y, which is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And we looked at when we had just to go back over some prior knowledge. So we had a rise, which was this value here, and we divided it by, so that's a rise from there to there, and then we divided it by our run value. So it was a rise over the run. Just to go back through some knowledge on grading, because we will use that knowledge in this exercise here. Now, when we're looking at finding the equation of a straight line, in this instance, we do actually have a y-intercept, and it actually is 3. So I've nominated a y-intercept of 3. So really, you can call this coordinate, if you want to, you can call it 0. I'll just draw that better actually. You can call it zero and 3. And remember what we said. The first value is the x, the second value is the y. The first value is the x, the second value is the y. That is very, very important, because a lot of students do get that quite confusing. Now, if we go through and use our standard straight line equation, where we say y is equal to mx plus c. So m is our gradient. That's our gradient. That's our gradient there. Let's put that through better. And c is our y-intercept. Y-intercept. So when we talk about an intercept or the y-intercept, it's the straight line that cuts through the y-axis, or it might just touch the y-axis, but it intercepts the y-axis. And in this instance, we already know that it's 3. So we've already got part of this information here. So just as an example, I'll just find my red texter. We already know that this value of c, our y-intercept, is 3. We already know that. Now let's go through and find what the remaining part of this equation is. So we can already start writing it down and say that y is equal to, I'm just going to write m with a circle around it, because we still have to find that, and mx plus, but I'm going to write this c-intercept 3 in red, because we already have it. Okay, so we've already got that. Let's go through and find the gradient. We can use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, because we've got our x and y values and our x and y values. And like we saw before, we can nominate this pair of coordinates as x1, y1, or vice versa. It makes no difference. Now, let's go through and have a look. So gradient is equal to, so I'm going to nominate this one as x1, y1, and this one as x2 and y2. Okay, so this coordinate here is x1 and y1. These coordinates up here are x2 and y2. So gradient is equal to y2 minus y1. There's y2, which is 8. Take away y1, which is 3. Divided by x2, which is 5, minus x1, which is 0, which is equal to 8 take away 3 is 5, divided by 5 take away 0 is 5, which is equal to 1. So now we know our gradient is 1. So that means, let's take this equation out here now. We can say that y, we can say that just trying to keep the colours the same for you guys. So y is equal to 1. I'm just going to put a 1 there. That's the gradient. We don't really have to, but 1x. We don't really have to put the 1 there, but I'm just trying to let you know that that's where the gradient has come from there, okay? Y equals 1x or y equals x, okay? Plus, let's put the 3, plus 3. Now, with that being said, because we now know that y equals 1x plus 3, I'm just going to change it to make it, because we wouldn't use the 1 in there, we would just say y is equal to x plus 3 now, okay? Now, what I want to say to you is that when we're looking at the positive sign, we can actually see that it actually is a positive 3. It's definitely in the positive direction, and it's on a positive y. It's not in the negative direction. So 3 is definitely positive. So we know that that sign is a positive. Okay, so we've got now y equals x plus 3. So if we wanted to check, let's just say, for example, if I wanted to just check this equation, if I put the value of 0, let's say we put the value of 0, x being 0, if I say let x, just to show you, just to prove it, let x equal 0, in this instance 0, y should equal 3 because it cuts through 3. So if I say let x equal 0 and find y, therefore y is equal to, x is 0, so x is 0 plus 3. So therefore y equals 3. Okay, and so when x is equal to 0, y definitely does equal 3. There it is there. X is equal to 0, y definitely does equal to 3. Okay, so the equation of that line, just to make it clear, is y equals x plus 3. Okay, guys, I hope that makes things a little bit clearer for you, and again, thank you for tuning in, and look forward to you guys subscribing and your views and also your comments. Really appreciate your comments. Thanks, guys, and see you on the next one. Bye, guys.